Hi guys, welcome back to my channel guys. Welcome back to my channel. You're tuned into the Rose Family channel. I'm the beautiful Rose. Welcome guys, welcome. I had to come and highlight this scenario that happened yesterday outside my house, and I ended up involved in the situation, but I'm going to tell you the whole story basically. But I had to come and document it guys, and when I finish explaining and stuff, it'll all make sense in that sense. So I was in here yesterday and on my phone talking, but while talking I could hear some noise going on outside. Normally that's not unusual because it's the summertime, and even more so the children going to be outside playing because of the fact that it's summertime. So I'm hearing it, but it's sounding different from the norm, you know. Even if they're out there and they're making a lot of noise, this is a different sort of noise. So I'm like, to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I got up and looked through my window. I saw a few of my neighbors and I saw the children out there. Some of the children look upset, and they were actually crying. So when I looked up, I saw faces I recognize, like my neighbors, you know, faces I know. And one particular neighbor was up at the other neighbor's end of the cul-de-sac, and all I see was her in his face giving him a few of that. To the point where I said to the person on my phone, I said, well, because they heard the commotion in the background, that's how bad. So I said, you know, it looks like there's a fight happening. That's what I said, because from what I can draw from looking. So I said, but this is not really a fight, because I only see one person making activities and one person can't make activities. Anyway, from that it led to them talking, and there's more than one person in the vicinity talking. There was a lady in a purple tights there as well. So I'm looking and I'm thinking, who is she? But she's resembling one of the other neighbors. So I'm thinking, oh, it must be one of her family members. I don't know if I've seen her around here. I wouldn't say that I haven't seen her, but you know, sometimes I don't really pay much attention. But I can, in that moment, depict that, oh, it may be like some form of family members. So I was like, okay, but I'm still at the window looking through, seeing what's going on, and the children kind of came back to the other end. So some is up that end, and the children walked down because they were, a couple of them is upset, and I've recognized that one of the children is the mom that was shoving up on the other neighbor child. And then there was another neighbor on the side as well, consoling her son, you know, whispering, asking him questions, and then giving him a hug. So this was all taking place. This is what I'm observing outside. And then not long after, as time goes by, a lot of children, because some of the children was asking the other children, oh, if they're okay, why they're upset, da 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 da. Everybody was there doing what they're doing. So in the end, after it kind of like became like they were talking now, and I watched for a while, and then the person on the phone said, oh, they has to go do something. So I was like, all right, later, because I'm sorry that, you know, but we kind of wrapped up the conversation anyway. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, that my attention being taken away, but we kind of wrapped up the conversation anyway. So I'm there still hanging out my window looking. Not long after that, I don't know how long after that, I saw one of the children. I'd say they're about 12, 13, thereabouts. depicting from like having my own children and can decipher age groups. So I would say probably 12, 13, round about that age. And I said, this is where I made my error. I just said, oh, what's happening? So she said one and two things back to me, and I said, oh, because what she said, she was saying that it was a complete different person from what I saw through the window. One of the person was involved, but the other, I don't know if this is going to be making sense, guys. Yeah, but what I saw, the two people that I see, basically she's saying one of them wasn't involved in anything. It's another neighbor and one of the person that I'll see there standing. So I was like, oh. And I gone and said, oh, so how did your mom get involved? That's what I said. And she said she didn't know, she don't know because she wasn't there. So anyway, that kind of wrapped up pretty quickly and she ran off. Oh my days. I ended up coming back, sat down, like come away from the window, come back, sat down. I hear my doorbell going off. So I stand up and I look through the window. All I can see is the purple tights person and the child come to the door. So I said, what is it? Because like all attention now coming towards my door from whoever is outside, plus they're at my door. So I said, what is it? And she proceeded saying, why are you questioning a child? So guys, all I could see was, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my days. This time, mind you, that time when I got up and looked out, there's 2 police cars in the neighborhood, like literally outside my window. And I don't see the police. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe they're gone to investigate what had taken place early on. So I was like, okay, cool. But the other neighbors had the brass to come and be buzzing down my door. So when I kind of like look and assess the situation and hearing what they come about, why am I questioning a child? I'm like quite taken back. And I said, I'm not coming down there to answer my door to you. Move away from my door, because in my mind I'm thinking, you know, there's chaos going on already. And all I done was ask a couple of questions and said what I said. But what I said was the trigger word. What the child probably go back and said that I'm asking question. And I said, how did she get involved? And I said that I see her punching onto the next person a couple of times, which is what my eyes saw. So it's not a strange one, because now they're saying, oh, I didn't see that, and all sorts of things now. So, and they start kicking off outside my door. So I said, remove yourself away from my door, because especially the one with the purple ties. I said, you don't even live here. So why are you coming banging on my door? Then the other person is saying, oh, well, it's my sister, and she comes to investigate because she know what I'm like and how I get quite angry, so she thought it'd be best for her to come. I was standing there saying to myself, well, you're wrong. It'd have been better if it was you that come. I still probably wouldn't answer my door, but maybe I would have take some time to try and, you know, because they're saying, why am I questioning the child? That's what the argument is come about. And if anything, I should have asked her. This is what the mom now saying, because she turned up as well on no time after, and start saying her side of, oh, she didn't come knocking because the sister knew how she'd get, so the sister decided to come and knock. But now the street is getting more and more fuller of people, children, adults, etc. Mostly neighbours and the neighbours' children, but there's random faces that I don't know. Some of them is even the sister's children. Look, everybody's out there gathering up. And guess who is the minority in that scenario? Me. like, this don't look right. This don't, you know, and I'll quickly start depicting that these people just want a whole bag of going off, and I'm not going to be a part of it. So I said, move away to the woman in the purple tights, move away from my door before I chuck some water on you. I said that. And the child that I asked the question, she starts saying, oh, it's my auntie, why are you saying that? She's doing what she's doing, but I'm not too much paying much attention to what she's doing because she's a child, but she's arguing back as well to me and saying couple of not so nice words. So I then said to the auntie, you there in the purple tights, you're fat bitch. That's what I said. You know, that's the word I use. I said, move away from my house, you don't even live here, so don't be thinking you're gonna be barging up to my house and demanding I come down so you can rectify anything with me, because all I can see is like them moving around carrying on. I'm like so confused, like an enemy working. The sun is out and they ain't got nothing better to do, and that's all the movements. And then next minute you know, the dad came out. Mind you people, this is the same family, I'd like to point out, that was selling my child's drugs. And I didn't even go to him and say anything. I trashed it out with the mom. But now all of a sudden, he's coming out, and they were saying, because I quickly got my phone and I start videoing. Because I'm thinking I'm documenting this, because these people, they say one thing this second and next minute they flip it and say they didn't say it or they didn't do it. And so I know what I'm working with. So I start videoing. That triggered everyone else as well, saying, oh, you're videoing the whole street. This is what the lady in the purple tights saying, she don't even live here. Saying the whole street. Everybody, no. The lady in the purple tights saying the whole street know that I'm a YouTuber. I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit disappointed. The whole street? I thought it was more than the whole street. But I'm like, what's that got to do with anything? So they start being very irated. Just chill for a little bit, Baba. I'm making a video. They start getting very irated. And the videoing triggered them even more. And they start banging on about my YouTube channel. That was like a main feature in the thing. I said, I'm not videoing anything here to put on my YouTube channel. I'm videoing that when anything goes left, I have my video documents just to show proof of what you lot are saying and what I'm saying. So you can't come then flip it later on. That's what's in my mind when I started videoing. But you know, because even going back to when I was talking to the person on the phone and they could hear what's happening and I was kind of debriefing them about what was happening, he said, oh, maybe you should video that. And I said, oh, I can't video stuff like that and put on my channel. Oh, you know, I can't be doing that. Then they'd have a reason to come at me if I was that kind of vlogger, to that anything I'm there putting up on my channel. No. But what I did put up on my channel is to highlight previously the stuff that I was facing. And before I even got to that point of putting up stuff on my channel to highlight and to speak on what was happening to me and my child, it's years that stuff been happening and never once. And I was always had my channel and always vlogging and always trying to talk about stuff. I never talk about nothing so directly prior. So all of a sudden, that's a trigger thing for them. And they think everything I'm going to be videoing, putting up on my channel, that's what's in their mind. Because when I further speaking to the neighbor and saying, you know, and the day I'm videoing, I'm not putting it, I wouldn't put something like what's going on up on my channel. But now I've I've gotten involved in terms of like just asking the child question and this is what you guys are going to be doing, I feel like I need to be videoing what's happening. And they were out there doing the most. This time the 2 police car is still there, you know, guys. The 2 police cars still there. So when I pretty much, because from the way I see things, if they're my neighbours and they can just willy-nilly come and tell me to come down, open my door, yeah, from the safety of my home, to go down, they think they can order me to come out of my house to have a conversation with them, yeah? And I'll willy-nilly take myself down there to have conversation with them about why am I questioning. It's not like I'm walking down the street and I see the child and asking a question. Everybody's outside, I just pop my head out and she walk like right under my window. They basically, the area that they're going back and forth is on my lawn. On my lawn, but to say, in their eyes, everywhere is their property, because some people think they own every inch of this world. So on my lawn, and I stick my head out and ask her a couple of questions and then said, oh, how did your mom get involved? Because that's what I came and saw with my own eyes. I didn't imagine it, I didn't make it up as I asked a question, because that's the bit I saw. I didn't see anything previously that happened until later on in the end. Now finding out what had happened, then I thought, oh, well, that makes sense then that you were out there, because like I said, the children was upset, and one of those child that was upset was one of her child. So, see, makes sense now, guys. So, I'm not lying about the fact that that's who I saw when I got up and looked through my window. And when I further heard the story, and it made sense to say why she was involved, because the children, like I said, guys, was upset. But yet, they're saying what I saw never happened. But I didn't see the other neighbour, because I probably never got up in time to see all of that. What the actual person that was really involved in the first part of what happened, they told me the story, saying what happened, which that part of it, I'm not going to get in going through that, because that part I did not see, and I wasn't involved in none of that. But because I then go and ask the child a question, the same parent, sister, came to my door, and then it's like, seemed like the spirit of negativity has awoken. So they're all out there going on. So when it kicked off, and the whole fact that I'm saying that I was videoing on my phone, because I'm thinking I'm safeguarding myself, because I know what you lot are like. I'm the only one of dark complexion in this little facility. And I've, by experience, noticed that when anything was said, you just spin your own narrative and say, that wasn't said, da-da-da-da. That's why I took up my phone. It wasn't even my actual camera. It was my phone. And I start videoing. And when they were banging on about me videoing, I flipped the video to myself. Yeah? I flipped the video to myself. And the sister was videoing as well. So, okay, cool. I'm videoing, you're videoing. I ain't got no issue with that. This is the other part of the segments, guys. Now when the police came out of the house of whoever they went to sort stuff out with, of what was happening in the area, the sister went up to the police, 2 of them, man and a male and a female police, and start telling them about me, how much I'm videoing, and I shouldn't be videoing, and I'm asking the kid question, and I shouldn't be questioning a kid, and all of these things. She's there basically trying to crouch, whispering to those. These are the authority that they think they have. So I'm standing there watching, And then the police lady now telling me, oh, can you come down for me and you to like have a chat? I said no, because I'm thinking, if you're skipping at their drum, you come down here, come around here about another situation that's happening in the neighborhood. And from what I observe over the time frame that I've been here, I don't know how much time they come to this neighborhood, but most of the time when they do come to this neighborhood, you have common denominators, common persons that their name is going to be a part of the reason that they're here. Now me, a black neighbor, one in this radius only, everybody else out there piling up is Caucasian. The police is Caucasian. Me, the one black neighbor in the neighborhood, I should not stick my head out. The woman in the purple tights calling me a curtain twitcher. I'm thinking, a curtain twitcher is the middle of the day. Middle of the day. And I hear something going on and I hear the children with like a volatile sound. It's not a plain sound. And I can't stick my head out there and look what's happening. So I'm singled out now because, and they've singled me out, not because of my blackness, that could be one part of the story, but the other part, I'm a YouTuber. All of a sudden, a YouTuber, it's an offense. Because that's what they explained to me. So anything I've seen, I'm going to put it up on my channel. So I said, of all the time I've been here, the only thing I put up on my channel, really, I might speak on different topics and different experiences I've experienced, but really, the only real thing that I put up that you guys seem to have a great offenses is the neighbors selling drugs, and I'm highlighting it. And I spoke on it. And this is what got everybody's back up and everybody looking at me sideways, that if anything's going on outside, I cannot be a part of it, and pointing it out that, oh, I'm questioning a child. So let's just stick to the story, because I'm going to tell you the bit about the fact when they're saying, because I apologize few times, but that was of no help, to say, okay, well, if I stick my head out and ask the child something and you feel offended, talking about if the mom feel offended, I apologize. That's what I said to the mom a couple of times. But going back to the story with the police, I said to them, I'm not coming down. Because you've seen this scenario. These are the common denominators of whether you have to leave and come into this area of the same people. You're police. You get full training on a situation. So you come to sort out one story, and all of a sudden, because I'm asking a couple of questions, it becomes a problem. It cannot be me. You're obviously going to have to be the people that's getting you to come around here on a regular basis. And maybe irregular is a bit of a stretch, but you see what I'm saying. Which I'm sure they have a lot of interaction with them. So the one time you come and see me now, you want to call me down questioning, and you're not calling me down questioning me off your back. Just because somebody of a Caucasian background come and tell you something, you're there thinking you can call me down so I can stand here. So for what? So you can intimidate me and question me about. So when I said that to the police, she quickly, it was a lady one, quickly said to them, well, it's public space where she's videoing. So she said, well, she's came, this is the police saying, she came to sort out issues that was happening prior. Yeah? So she hope I understand that I should not be a part of creating any more like stuff. So I said, I fully understand you, but yeah, that's that. I'm not coming down. I'm not trying to create anything. You know, they are the one that come knocking on my door. If I ask a child question and they feel like, oh, it was an error on my path, state that and go about your business. And I'd rather the actual parent of the child, the mom's there, you know. But either way, my main point is already a volatile situation based on what was going on out there in the first place. Pardon? All I did was ask a few questions, and there was a trigger question in there because I said, why? So why is the mom up in the other person's face and letting off a couple before it settled down? That was the trigger thing, and that's why, because they come in to tell me that that never happened. And that's what upset, and the fact that I'm a YouTuber and they're worried because she explained that in the situation as well. They're worried what I'm going to be doing. I said, you know, you don't see me getting up every day with my camera, going videoing stuff that's happening in my community willy-nilly, like I ain't got nothing better to do. But like I said, when I started videoing, which was one of the main triggers, the fact, I tell you the few main triggers. One, I asked the child the questions. That's one. But the main trigger in that is saying, so how come your mom get involved? Because of what I saw. That's... And the videoing situation. So, the mom explaining that everyone now round here, I'm an issue because I'm a vlogger. So they don't want me to highlight anything unusual. Because I wasn't planning on saying nothing about what was going on out there. I wasn't planning on, but because I find myself in the midst of it, I see it fit to make sure I put up a video, which is a discussion video to tell you guys what was going on. I see it fit now that I have to put up a video. But it's not the video that they're saying, because they, oh, you can't video children, da 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 da. I don't know if they think I'm stupid or anything like that. People will put up things like that on YouTube. I'm safeguarding myself. Like, if anything, I've got proof. Because you can see something and say, oh, let's be more clear, because I'm going to have to be thinking whether this is really... I've got this orange top on, and you say you got this orange top on, and in a split second, they'll say, no, you had a black top on. That's what you're facing. That's what you're facing. And then, when the partner come out, this is words that I highlighted that I didn't want to forget. When he came and in joining in the conversation when I was videoing. Oh, go back to where you come from. That's it. Where I come from, where is that exactly? Where have I come from? Where do I need to go back to? Because I'm confused. Because last time, well, in my mind, people are free to live wherever they want. I know other people in their mind seem to think different. But in my mind, I'm free to live. In the beginning, Genesis 1, verse 1 onwards. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So I'm free to walk anywhere on this earth that I choose and live anywhere I choose. So if you got it twisted in your mind, I haven't. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Did not say man created the heavens and the earth. God created the heavens and the earth. And I'll take them back to history. I'm not the brightest fish in the sea. But most of them, they probably haven't even got up to a certain grade before they left school. But that's not the point. Go and do research and see who started invading or turning up in other people's areas if there was a division and a divide and a place where certain people belong. You go back in history and come and tell me who first started going around and empire of this, empire of that, etc., etc. And moving forward in recent times, in the last war, that world war, go and find out your history. So you can't now come and say, oh, go back to that part of it. Find something else to tell me. But don't be telling me to go back, and we can't go back anywhere. If I go to Jamaica and I stay more than 2 weeks, my Jamaican people is saying, oh, did they deported you from the country? That's what they're thinking. I can't go there and spend more than 2 weeks without questioning. I can go there and live. But we have identity crisis. I'll have you know. Angelo, stay out of my video, please. We have identity crisis. We ain't got nowhere to be directly going back. And you guys cannot be telling anyone where they need to be going back. We're all human beings. Regardless of whatever you have in your minds. We're all human beings. So where exactly are you telling me to go back? So that's the brightness of the dad there. Banging on about go back to wherever. I'm like, where's that then? And my YouTube channel, because I've highlighted a few stuff, guys. My YouTube channel now becomes a great target. My YouTube channel started off because I needed an outlet. And everybody's free. It might be strange for this area or whatever. I don't know. But loads of people. So if I'm the first to, and I'm not the first person in Cornwall, people have their channels. It might be new to them. And you can't tell me what and what I cannot be putting up. That's the brassness. And that's why I didn't go down to my door. Because I'm fed up. And these are the same people that will stop me in the school ground saying they need to have a word. And after now saying to them, hello, this is a school where my child attends. I don't want anyone coming up to me on the school grounds telling me they need to have a word. And moving forward, the mom said in the end, basically like she's saying this is the last straw. She ain't going to be talking to me ever again. So I said, well, if that's how you feel about it, fine. Because I didn't really talk that much. The most I've spoken to that particular neighbor is since the situation with the drugs argument. It's always a hello, and I've never had much. I'm not going to miss out on any conversation. If all the neighbors decide they don't want to speak to me, I'm not going to miss out on much because I've trained myself to be happy and comfortable with my company. So I'm not going to be missing out on anything in that area. And now, even though I'm thinking to myself, oh, Rose, you made an error when you asked the children. Anything would be a trigger for, because that's the sort of people that they are. Anything would be a kick-off, and it then opened up and highlighted the fact that they are up in arms about my YouTube channel. And everybody know about your YouTube channel. People talk. I don't stop people from talking. That much I know. And I think you guys talk way too much. And what you should be talking about, you ain't focusing on that, because all the drugs and whatever that cropped up that I had to make the video about, you lot, that is not relevant. What is relevant, because I stand out where there's a load of crowd outside, and I've asked a couple of questions of what's going on outside my own house. And you take very much offense to it because there's one word in particular that I used and said, so how come you got involved? Because I see you letting off a couple of punches. That's what you got offended about. And all of a sudden, so now I know now, guys, that I have to be very mindful of what I do and what I say to any of my neighbours. I have to be very mindful, because you don't know what they're storing up in their head. And if they were thinking carefully, just to show you how much of offence they taking when I'm highlighting. And it's not like I'm going around highlighting stuff that doesn't directly affect me. It's not like I'm going around highlighting stuff. And then the woman in the purple talking about curtain twitcher. Me? Curtain twitcher. I'm like, curtain twitcher? The only time I'll be peeping behind my curtain is when it's pitch black out there and I hear something going on out there, and maybe I feel like I need to be looking, because it could directly affect me. But these activities was happening in broad daylight, and I drew my curtain and my head is out. So I don't know what kind of curtain twitching she's banging on about. And another thing about the videoing situation, there are people around here that videos. It could be their doorbell that videoing, or it's direct videoing. Because there was conversation around here where I know neighbours literally video, and I didn't make it a problem. Did not make it a problem, did not go to anyone and saying, but there's clearly different rules depending on who you're talking to. There's different rules. So in regards to the police, and I'm thinking, if they think they're going to hear any information and willy-nilly come and press my bell in the future and think I'm going to be opening my door to them just like that, they've got another thing coming. Because that's not going to happen ever again. They're going to have to find my number and call me. Because I'm safeguarding myself and my children. So they don't think they can, because I see somebody can just go up to them and tell them and leading them into my direction, and they think they can come and they're talking and like I don't know better. So that's not going to happen again. So in that self, they put themselves into a real sticky situation, unless they have warrants and they're going to be knocking down my door. I'm not going to be too welcoming to them in that sense either. And then the mom, another thing, oh, your son is a druggie. Your son is a druggie. And I'm thinking, mate, pot calling the kettle black. Pot calling the kettle black. Because I'll be disagreeing with you on those topics in terms of like, I don't want to go into that too far in terms of dragging the whole thing out into a whole nother scenario. But she found it necessary to be saying that to me, even though I'm there fighting, and since I've been doing that, I've seen great result. 99% of the time my child's here in my household where I can see him. And if he goes out, I can't expect him to be locked up in my yard forever. He's free to go and come as he's pleased. But I see him making great efforts into staying away from people that's inflicting stuff on him. So I've seen great results on my end. So this is what happened yesterday, guys. So if they're the one that's now triggered me to make sure that I have to come and highlight this and telling the nation what's happening and what had happened outside my house. They're the ones. So I feel it necessary to make sure that I'm documenting things that's happening. And it's even going to come to a point now where I'm going to have to make sure that the council not the council, the housing know what's happening. Sorry guys, my video got cut off, my battery went dead. So I had to charge it up a bit to just finish off this last segment. So yeah guys, so basically those are the things that they wanted to say. I'm now being attacked for my channel in that sense. And then the thing about it guys, I don't know if you guys out there are aware of the situation that's happening in the UK with the what they call riot, but it's racial discrimination against people of colour. There's a lot of that going on now where all sorts of things are going. The Caucasian people are taken to the streets and doing all kind of negativity to people of colour. So that's going on, and so I do not know if my neighbours is even thinking that what they done coming over to, not even my neighbour but a sister knocking on my door as me alone in the community as a black person, that was not a good idea. At least even wait until the situation had diffuses, whatever happened outside is diffuses, and wait till another time. But in that moment, coming to knock on my door, if that's the right situation, and when it led to where it led, is it the right situation to have more than one person? Mind you, yeah, the people that having back and forthness with me, majority is from the household, one household, but the sister don't live here. And whether that was a good choice on their part to be coming at me. And I think even when I pointed out to the police that I'm not coming down, I think she realised, because obviously the whole nation should know what's going on. So, because I pointed out to the police that I'm a minority in the neighbourhood, why should I feel like I need to come down because someone else go up to them? They come on around here about a different topic, and somebody else can go up to them and said, oh, the one minority has done this, so they should be focusing in on me, just because of what one Caucasian person go up to them and said to them. So I think she quickly clicked that in her head, so she just told me to try not to make any other situation escalate, which I wasn't. It was them that come doing all of what they were doing, and she went about her business. And she even finally, as she's driving out the cul-de-sac, warned them also again, because trust me, they know very much what they can be like. Because like I said, common denominator, if they have to come up here, there's a few houses that more or less will be involved in the reason why they have to be coming up here in the first place. So guys, like, comment, share and subscribe. Guys, like, comment, share and subscribe. Fear is not a part of my being anymore in that sense. They did not, you know, I made a decision. Why am I going to be going downstairs answering door to more than one person? And I said the situation, it was already a bit volatile based on what was happening out there. Why am I going down there? I'm not stupid. So I'm going to be making my assertive choices and decision based on what I'm assessing of the situation.